Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to new beginnings.
Yes.
Say yes to
What, financially, what are the best ways to prepare for a new year?
Yes, thank you. I will start by saying the summary of what you are trying to say is how to do well in the new year. How would you prepare in order to be able to do well in the new year? That is what everybody looks up to. So, to do well in the new year, certain things are critical. What is your own definition of doing well? Each and everybody should sit down and determine what is my own definition of doing well. Your definition may be different from mine. Doing well to some guys may mean marry a new wife. Some may mean I will consider myself, I will have done well if I'm able to start a family next year, which is this year. Some may say get rich at all costs this year, without counting the cost. Some may say, forgetting that it has emotional, costs, it has mental costs. Am I going to try and get rich at the right emotional and mental costs? Some may say, well, I want to measure to do well by being able to meet all my obligations. Some definitions are narrow, while some are all-encompassing. Whatever it is, you must define what will happen to you that you consider yourself to have done well. So your definition may be different from mine. So whatever definition you have chosen has its own implications. When your definition is narrow and myopic, several problems will arise along the way. If I choose a wide definition, which I'm comfortable to discuss, I will say ability to meet all my obligations in the coming year or in the ensuing year will be a better place to be in starting a new year. How do I meet my obligations? All my honest obligations. That means if I put honest obligations, I don't want to say that there are dishonest obligations. But if I say honest obligations, it calls for introspection. What are the things you are going to put on your obligations list? Are they necessary? Do you really need them? Do you really need to have cars, 3 cars in your house, that you are only using 1, or you are using 2 and you have 5? There are expenditures that you are incurring that are avoidable. Would you continue to carry those expenditures without thinking through to know your circumstances, differentiate between your needs and your wants? So I am going somewhere. Your definition of success, your definition of doing well is a function of your mindset. So you must first ensure you have the right mindset. What is the right mindset? Determining what your needs are and what your wants are. It is better to focus on your needs than to focus on your wants. Now, when you are looking at yourself as an individual, I'm going to draw a parallel between looking at yourself as an individual and looking at yourself as someone that is running a business. Because the two are a bit similar, but there are differences. I hope you're getting what I'm saying. As an individual, you can sit down and say, if my success, if my ability to say I'm doing well in this year is predicated on being able to meet my honest financial obligations, then the first thing is know thyself. Pay attention to yourself and be truthful to yourself. No two people are the same. No two people will have exactly the same problems or the same challenges. So be truthful to yourself. Do something that we call a SWOT analysis. I don't want to be speaking too big grammar. SWOT just means strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. As an individual, as a business, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are the opportunities available to you that maybe you couldn't tap into last year? And what are the threats you are facing as a person or as a business? When you have been able to identify all of this, then you will know where there are gaps. When you know your strengths, you will consolidate on your strength and convert your strength to something that brings more cash into your purse. When you know your weaknesses, what are you going to do to ameliorate your weaknesses? In these your weaknesses, which ones are man-made? Which ones are created by maybe your inability to think through situations? Which ones are created by maybe impulsive thinking, that you took decisions without thinking through it? What are the opportunities available to you? Do you just need to manage your relationship right with some people, and then the opportunity to earn income will come through good relationship management? What are the threats? If you talk about threats in Nigeria today, you can spend the whole day talking about how just the cost of fuel has messed up everything. And people have thrown away the box. Nobody is thinking outside it. People are facing realities now of, must I go for a 15 minutes meeting in Aja when this same meeting I can do on Microsoft Teams, or I can have this same meeting on Zoom. And then you spend half a day going for a 15 minutes meeting. God help you if the person you have gone to meet has gone into another meeting. You may have to repeat that visit. So if those threats will bring out the best in us, so be it.